Hey parents, thank you so much for checking us out. We are so excited to be with you here today. If you weren't with us last Friday, we did have a parent meeting, but for those of you who weren't there, we are filming this video right now to kind of catch you up, to inform you on everything that we talked about at that parent meeting. So we are so excited to be introducing camp this year once more. We're so excited to be going back to Hume, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about what summer camp is going to look like this summer as far as registration, raising money, and all that good stuff. And so if you have any questions throughout the video, any questions that pop up, please feel free to write those questions down, and then you can email us those questions if we don't answer them throughout the video, or you want to just get a better answer that you didn't hear on this video. So you can email us those questions later on after the video.
Yeah, so I want to start off very strong by saying we are doing Hume Camp, but it will not be the typical beach camp that we normally go to. Point Loma is not opening up their campus this year. So Hume is still trying to put on a camp, but they can't do it at Point Loma. So instead, get your idea of the beach and everything we've done before out of your head. It's going to be completely different. We're doing it in Southern California, more of a traditional camp vibe in the forest with a lake, all this stuff. But hey, I'm not doing a great job selling it, so we decided to show you a video instead. All right, so here, check this out.
It's like my fourth time watching that video, and I'm still, every time, I get so excited.
It's probably the best video that Hume's put out, I'm not going to lie. But hey, that's what camp's going to look like. You kind of get an idea for it. I think we're toying with the idea of driving there a little bit early and checking out the campus for ourselves. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be more of the traditional camp vibe than we're used to. But we're super duper excited for it. Shouldn't really change much. If you have any questions about the campus, please email us about them. Mm-hmm. But here is basically what's changing. Any of the activities that you're used to that we've done in the years past, those are all going to be changed because we're at a different camp. You can't exactly go surfing in the woods. And if you do, some people might call you crazy. But there will be things that are topical to that area, such as like 30 on 30 airsoft courses, or like stuff like that. It's going to be so insane. And I think we put out a sheet probably on our parent page somewhere that will give you a list of those activities, but we do not have prices for them yet because Hume hasn't given us those prices yet. So we're in the process of getting those, but bear with us a little bit. At least we can start dreaming about some of the activities that we'll get to do there. The other thing is dorms. Dorms are going to look way different this year. Normally we had like the 2 to 4 kids in one room dorms, like it would be a college campus. This is going to be way more back to the traditional church camp, big cabin style dorms. If you want to know more about that, please let us know. Yeah, we just want to reiterate the fact that Hume is the best camp out there, at least in our opinion.
Yeah, I've been there once and I was blown away.
I've been there 3 or 4 years now, and it's just better every time we go. It is, we believe, the best camp experience that a student can get. So, I mean, and to be honest, that an adult leader can get. Yeah. It is a great place to go. We hope that you will send your kid with us. We hope that we can give them this experience that we have gotten as well. We just firsthand can say it's a great camp. We're excited to be able to invite your students.
Yeah, and the camp is going to come out to be $575 per student, or $570, I believe. That's what the total of the camp per camp is going to be.
Yeah, so that price tag will look at about $570, and that's should look familiar if you've been with us for a little bit, because that's our price from last year. Every year the price kind of goes up, but we were secured that deal so that price will stay the same this year. And that price tag may seem kind of high, but for what you're getting at Hume, it's 100% worth it, I guarantee. Not to mention that some of that price will be, one, to help our leaders go for free, which is a very small price tag on that price, but the other one is transportation to Southern California, which is no easy feat. But so yeah, the price tag can be daunting, but we're going to talk about fundraisers here in a minute, so don't tune out yet if that price seems startling for you. Before we get there, I just want to talk about a few things about paying that price. This year, we're asking for a deposit, if you'd like to send your kid to camp, of only $75. I think this is less than what we've asked for in the past. It might be the same. I think it's less, though. $75 off the get-go, and this is because we are only allowed a certain number of spots when it comes to camp. So I think right now we have 40 for middle school and 50 for high school. Now there is the possibility that if we fill up, we can go ask for more spots, but it's all based on availability. So if they don't have spots to give us, then we won't have spots to get. So we want you to reserve a spot for your kids if you're really eager for them to go. And if you're unsure, take some time to think about it. It's totally okay to take some time. Those spots won't fill up that quick, and in years past, we've always went and asked for more spots, and they've been pretty good at making it work. So don't worry too much about that, but we are asking for a deposit of $75. Now, once we figure out if this camp is still happening, because we're not entirely sure yet, the world we live in, it could go south, we're gonna ask for another $75. We don't wanna ask for that $75 now because we don't know what we're doing. And if it bails out, then that makes it more complicated for us. So we're just starting with the base $75 price tag. And if camp does end up not happening at Hume, we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but we do have a backup camp that we are working on.
There will be camp this summer.
Yeah, and it probably won't cost as much, but that $75 will go to that instead.
Yeah, and so if you're like Jake and I, and you have like money growing in your backyard.
I do not.
Then you don't have to worry about the price tag.
I don't know what trees you have, but I live in an apartment. I don't even have a backyard. So.
But hey, we have a couple of ways, actually 3 ways, that we are going to help your students and you be able to pay for this trip. We know it's important. $570 is a lot. At the end of the day, it's a lot. It's a good chunk of money, right? But we want to get your student there. We want them to experience Hume, because not only is it going to deepen their relationship with the Lord, but it's going to deepen their friendships and their community here at Compass. And so it's super exciting to do that. So we have 3 fundraisers that we plan on doing before camp. First one is it's going to be the Summer Camp Classic. Now, I'm not too familiar with this one because I haven't been here for it, but in essence, it's going to be a golf tournament that Mike and Jake are going to be putting together in order to raise money for students. I don't know exactly what that looks like or how the money is raised. And
so basically what we try to do is we put on this Summer Camp Classic. We've done it 1 year in the past. We're still very new at it. But this year we're actually calling it the Compass Kids Classic because we're trying to do it bigger than we did last time. And basically what the goal is that if we can end up getting sponsored enough cash at this event, then we're going to subsidize a price from each kid that goes to camp with us. We're going to pay that price for you. Now, of course, we can't just choose 3 kids and pay for their whole camp. It's going to look more like taking $50, maybe $75 off of the entire price tag for their camps. And that's already included in that price because we're confident, as we have the last time that we went, that we're going to make that budget. So don't look at the price tag and say, oh, if they end up getting the money, it's going to subtract $50. We have included that already. Otherwise, we'd be looking at like $600, $650 for each student to go to camp. So we understand that as camp gets more expensive, that we have to do more because we believe in this camp, that we have to do more to open up the availability for our students to go. And so this is just one of the ways that we're working on that as a student ministry.
Yeah, naturally things get more expensive as years go by, and the camp needs their funds to put on an amazing program and an amazing camp they do. So we're behind them, we're backing them up here in that, and that's one way we can help you guys. The second fundraiser is going to be our Serve-A-Thon. So Sheena and I are going to be partnering, or as rather Compass, we're going to be partnering with Streetlights USA Ministry, and they are an organization that focuses on helping girls who have been human trafficked, who have been abused, who have just gone through really just some really bad things in their lives, and they partner with these girls and they help them and they get them back on their feet, and they just do everything they can for these girls. So we're going to be partnering with this organization, and we're going to be helping clean their grounds. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff on their campus to kind of help them out. Now, the way this raises money for your student, it's a pretty unique way that Mike has come up with this. And it's this. So basically, your student will commit to serving an amount of time, a couple hours, 4 hours at this campus. And they will go around asking your coworkers or asking their aunts or asking their cousins or their uncles.
As long as it's not you. As
You,
long
your
as
parent.
it's not the parents,
as long as
then this
parent.
works.
Yep. So they'll say, hey, Uncle Roger, can I get $10? Uncle Roger. Can I get $10 for every hour that I'm going to serve at this organization? So they'll talk. Your student will talk to their Uncle Roger about the organization, and then Uncle Roger will hopefully commit to those $10. So they say they serve 4 hours, they get $40, right? If I'm doing my math correctly.
That is correct math.
So they will get $40, and that's just from Uncle Roger. But now they got Aunt Susie that they can go to and ask for another $10 per hour. Now they have $80. So it's to me, a quick way of earning a lot of cash for their camp. Now this benefits a couple people. Benefits the students because they get to raise money for camp. It benefits you, the parent, because you will in turn have to pay less out of your pocket, right, if you plan on helping out your student with camp. And 3, it benefits streetlights, right? We get to serve their community, we get to serve the campus, we get to help them out for those couple of hours in any way that we can, and they really do appreciate the help that we give them in turn. Not only is the donations, right, it's great for raising funds for camp, but they're taxable. So you can get a tax break on it.
Yeah, so we're not tax guys. We don't know anything about that.
No.
But if you want to know more about that, Mike can explain it. But
Yeah.
I want to say it's like not like, I don't know, tax refundable or something. I don't know.
You get a tax
You can
break
write
on
it off.
Yeah, you can write it off. That's what
all
it is.
those tax words and stuff.
We're not tax guys.
We're not tax guys. We're not smart guys. So if you want to know more about that, you can email Mike. I'm sure he will get back to you on that.
Yep. And then the third way that we'll be able to fundraise for the trip is through working at Cafe. So your student could sign up, start volunteering at Cafe here on Compass. Here at the campus. They can help out Sunday mornings, whether that's first service, second service, or third service. Typically per Sunday, a student will make anywhere like $5, like $4 to $5. That might not seem like a lot right now, but that adds up. There's about maybe 2 months left before camp, 8 weeks. So 8 times, that's $40 that's like you don't have to pay.
It's a little bit now, but if you get started now and you're expecting to go to camp next year, if you go for the whole year, that takes a pretty sizable chunk if you're staying committed to it out of that price. I know that back when I was going to camp, which seems weird to say now, but I went as a high schooler, and I made a deal with my parents that if I was able to pay $200 of it, they would pay the rest.
Nice.
And that was part of the way that we got to that $200 was working at Olive Garden as a dishwasher, but also working Compass Cafe. So it is a great way to partner with your student and give them a little bit of the responsibility of paying for their own camp.
Yeah, 52 weeks in a year, times that by 5 per week. I have no idea what that comes out to.
We're not tax guys. So
but it'll be good. It'll be a good chunk of money.
Money and math, hard stuff.
So those are 3 fundraisers that we are planning on doing before camp's up to get your student as close as they can to paying for their trip as best as they can. So a couple things now. How do you register for this for camp? How do you start doing deposits? So registration will open up this Friday at some point. Don't know if it's in the morning or the afternoon, but it will open up this Friday, and you'll be able to start registering for camp, be able to put that deposit in. And we didn't want to open up. We wanted to wait to open it up till this Friday coming up. So I believe that's the 5th. We wanted to wait. Yeah, I think it's the 5th. Once it's the 3rd, tomorrow's the 3rd. Friday should be the 5th.
Yeah.
We wanted to wait so that you guys had a fair chance who weren't able to attend the parent huddle to be able to register, because the spots are first come, first serve, and they are limited, especially this year because of COVID precautions and all that. The spots are limited, so we wanted to give everyone a fair and equal opportunity to register their student for camp, because let's face it, it's going to be an awesome camp. And
we were thinking of you. We didn't want all the spots to be filled by the time you get this video.
That would not have been fair to you or to anyone else. So, other than that, as far as registration goes, that's basically it. It would open up Friday. If you do have any questions before then, make sure we're going to try to get this video out today, Tuesday, the 2nd. try to get this out today so that you guys have plenty of time to look over the video, to ask any question you need to, and then get yourself registered on Friday.
And again, as soon as that register opens, you don't have to do it day of. You can wait a couple of days. There's no way those 40 to 50 spots are going to be taken up
That'd be pretty
immediately.
insane.
Yeah, you've got time. But just to give you kind of an idea, last time we went to camp, we brought, how many was it? It's on here somewhere. We brought 54 middle school students. Last year's the first time that we topped you guys. And we brought 47 high school students. Now that was a non-COVID year, so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But these spots do fill up. Just keep in mind you have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I will say that we're talking about registrations, we're talking about signing up. We would love if you could download our Compass Church app. You have to type Compass Church AZ on any app store, and our app will come straight up. And you will see on that app that there is a place to register. It's very clear right there on the home page. We'd love if you could register through that. That helps us out. It gets our app on your guys' phone, which I mean, I've been procrastinating doing that. So, and your student should already have that app. Last midweek, we told them that if they download the Compass Church app, they could get a free item from the snack bar. So most of them already have that app. You could probably do it from their phone.
Yep. Yeah, and then one more thing about registration that I forgot to mention, quick little detail. If you had deposited last year and you hadn't gotten that money back, you can use that deposit for this year's camp.
Yes.
That's an important detail to note.
Yeah, so if this year your student was serving in Compass Cafe, we're going to ask that that is not used for the deposit, just because we kind of want you to feel like you have some skin in the game. We plan a lot and bank a lot off of who is registered and signed up, and we try to minimize the amount of people that back out last second. And so we'd love if you could pay that deposit out of your own cash,
your own money.
and then pay the rest with that money, or pay the next chunk with that money. The second deposit, you can use that money just fine. It's just that initial $75 that we ask for you to pay.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I wanted to end with just a couple of things. First, I want to talk about theme, because that's super important, especially if you have your student with you right now. This is super, super important, and it gets breezed by every year, and people think it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it does.
Yeah, it does.
The theme for this year's camp is Wild West, all right, the Old West. We're going to be covering Exodus. They have a teaser video on their website that is so, so good. I challenge you to go look that up. It is so good, and it'll get you excited. But basically, we're covering Moses, the burning bush in Exodus, and it's all with the theme of the Wild, Wild West. Now, this is important because not only does Hume put on a huge, high-scale production of that theme in order to paint a better picture for their students, but on Wednesday, we have what's called a Super Spirit Day. All throughout your camp, your students will be competing with their leaders against other churches, other groups, in order to, quote unquote, win camp. All right, now it's a hard-earned victory, and it takes memorizing verses and Spirit Day points and all this stuff, but you will not win if you do not bring some sort of costume for Spirit Day. I'm telling you, it's that important. I remember one year we brought night costumes because the theme was like medieval, like fairies and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. I brought a full-scale night costume, and our executive pastor, Gabe, actually brought a monk costume and buzz cut the middle of his head in order to fully commit to the bit. So I challenge you, if you are a student, do not put this on the back burner. Go and get some Wild West gear. I mean, why wouldn't you want that anyway? Let's be honest. And for the specific Spirit Day, which is normally Wednesday, but I think because we're going on a different date, it'll be Thursday. Who knows? Doesn't matter. It is denim on denim. Denim on denim.
I'm excited.
Hopefully it's not hot outside, because that's going to be the worst. But denim on denim. Get yourself some denim. How many times can I say denim in the next 30 seconds? No.
Probably a lot.
A lot of time. Find yourself some denim, cowboy outfit, make it work. It'll be great. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. But the theme is going to be awesome. I think the team colors this year will be maroon and gold.
Pomegranate, actually, to be. I went on their website and it said pomegranate.
Okay, sure. Same thing, all right? Pomegranate and gold. So if you have any pomegranate clothes,
I'm excited to get some pomegranate clothing.
Very weird thing to say. More importantly, you should probably go buy some for the whole week. They'll give your student shirts for rec, but it'll be for intense games, and they won't want to be wearing that during chapel and everything. So go get yourself some spirit color clothing. Don't underestimate it, because it's very important. I've won 2 back-to-back camps with my team,
Golf
and
clap.
the only thing that could stop us was COVID. So
Could have been a three-peat.
yeah, it could have been a 3-piece. We would have been the only group at Compass to do a 3-piece.
Wow.
So we were shooting for it.
Yeah.
But Abel went his 1 year, and he did not bring home the gold.
I did
so.
not, but I had fun.
But did you bring a costume?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, me and my small group, we brought I forgot what it was. I think it was Rockers and Rollers. It was like a rock and roll themed costume.
Yeah. I brought my dad's old electric guitar for that.
Wow, that's impressive.
It was very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carried the whole thing on the bus.
I did.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's commitment
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
commitment.
All right. So, theme is important. Hope that you guys have gotten that so far.
Yeah.
But we hope to have a great time at the camp, guys. Just want to say this last thing. Maybe you are a student that is in a unique position where you are a 8th grader moving into 9th grade.
Yep.
We would just love to tell you that you have the very special choice that only you have to choose which camp that you want to go to. And my suggestion to you is this. First of all, talk to your parents about it, because parents are pretty knowledgeable on this stuff. But I would also think about what friends are going to which camp. Maybe since we've been combined, you've made a lot of high school friends that you're excited to move up into with, and maybe this year is the year to go to high school camp. But maybe your thought process is, hey, I have all these middle school friends that I'm super excited to stay with for one last year, and I want to end it with a bang. If that's you, go to middle school camp. It's your choice. We just hope that you take a little bit of time before you choose and lay down that deposit, because odds are you might not be able to switch once you choose a camp. So while spots are filling up, take a little bit of time and make that decision for good. And if you're a 5th grader moving up into 6th grade, you're able to go to camp this year. So maybe you're watching this and you can think of a family that has some 5th graders that are going to campus, or going to Compass, or not going to Compass, and you can let them know about this camp. Or maybe you've got some younger siblings that are meeting that age group. The last one is super seniors. Super seniors, you are also allowed to go to high school camp. So
if you're leaving 12th
yes,
grade.
if you are luving
12th grade.
Isn't that like a Olympic sport, luving? Pretty sure it is.
The bobsled thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like the Louvre or something.
I don't think that's a word.
Pretty sure it is. Or maybe it's like a French landmark, the Louvre. Pretty sure. I don't know.
Anyways.
It's in there for some reason. But maybe you are a 12th grade student that is graduating out. End it in a bang. Go to camp. You may still go. We will allow that. Absolutely.
Yep.
And eventually, maybe you can come back as the leader. Who knows?
Which would be very cool.
Very cool.
Both camps are going to be exquisite.
Exquisite. That's a word that was used. I mean, I used Louvre, so I guess you can say exquisite. But
I really wanted to get that in there.
Yep, you got it in there. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is our idea for what happens if Hume doesn't pan out. So I think we're looking at early May to figure out if this camp is actually going to happen. We're waiting for that feedback from John, which is one of my buddies at the camp.
The deadline that Mike has given Hume before we can commit or not commit, like whether Hume knows it's going to happen, because Hume is in California, California's legislation can be a little more stricter, so the deadline is May 14th. So by May 14th, we'll know if we're for sure going to Hume or if we're doing camp Compass style.
Yeah, so basically that's the idea, is if we can't go to Hume, we're doing a camp.
Yeah.
So we will still probably ask for a price, but it will be nowhere near the $570 that camp asks for, that Hume asks for.
No.
But basically we're looking at a couple of different locations. We just got back from a road trip for one of them where we could possibly put on our own camp. So even if Hume doesn't pan out, we are still planning on a camp.
Yeah.
And if Hume doesn't work out, we'll let you know more about that as it comes.
Yeah,
but
most definitely.
Hey, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for looking into this camp. Maybe the last thing I want to say is that if you're unsure whether you can send your camp, if it comes down, send your kids to camp.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
If it comes down to If it comes down to that, and you're worried that you might not have the finances to finish saving for your kids, please contact us. Every year we get scholarships that other families in our church offer for students who are having a tough time going to camp. Yep. Now we ask that you don't bank on this, don't rely on this, but if something happens last minute, maybe someone goes to the hospital and you're not able to finish that price tag, we would love to work something out with you. So please contact us in case of that emergency.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Besides that, we appreciate you taking the effort and time out of your day to watch this video, and we hope that we've answered most of your questions.
Yeah.
But again,
if you have any questions, email us. Our emails are on the website, on the Compass website. Mine's abel.lopez@compasschurchaz.com.
Mine is a shocker. You ready for this? It's jake.bounds@compasschurchaz.com.
And then Mike's is the same layout, mike.zarati@compasschurchaz.com. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. We'd be happy to answer them for you. Other than that,
Thanks for joining us.
yeah, we'll see you later.